This is a new Cattleya I got today. It's a Cattleya Schroderae. I don't have one of these yet. I'm trying to collect all of the large flowered Cattleya species. So this, okay, seedling. You can see the back of the plant is in the middle of the pot. If you look at it this way, see how these new roots are growing up above the mix? And you might be able to tell each new growth is growing up. So this is pretty common in baby plants because when they're compotted you can't tell where the rhizome is, and so I'm going to take this out. It's got two new roots coming. I've been trying to look at it further to see if there might be more coming or if those other ones have already come out, because this is a little bit late to be repotting this. However, it is kind of wobbly in the pot, which is not good. So I'm going to take this out and repot it. I'm going to, I don't know, if there's any mix stuck to those new roots, I'm not going to try to remove that because you can end up doing more damage than good with repotting little things. And I'm going to have to be really, really careful to not damage these new root tips. Also, in the process, I will be, well, if I do end up with this potted with the root tips a little bit above the mix still, I don't think that will be the case. But if I do, I will put some moss around those new root tips to protect them from any snails or whatever. Sometimes you can't find the snails. And they're in a lot of orchids from Hawaii, although this one isn't. But we will see. They do get kind of everywhere, those tiny bush snails. So when I repot this, I'm going to put the back of the plant towards one edge of the pot so it has room to grow. And I'm also going to tip it forward a little bit in the new pot. Here we go, like that. I do have a stair-step growth habit video about correcting this, and pleased to say that the one that I did this with is really, really good now. It's put out a new lead and it's growing straight, and it looks great. So I will be potting this over at the side to try to make sure that the rhizome is level with the potting mix, with the surface of the mix, and so then those new roots can grow straight into the mix in the future, and so we don't have pots or plants climbing out of the pot. Because root tips, when they're exposed like this, I mean, not so much because I grow inside, but if you're outside, these little root tips that are exposed get eaten so easily. They can also get hit with disease, or they're just so fragile. So I'm going to be repotting this little guy today. I'm going to probably put it in a maybe a 3-inch pot or a 4-inch pot. I know if I put it in a 4-inch pot with long-lasting medium, I can just leave it in there forever and it will have a lot of time to get established in there. And I won't have to repot for quite a while. So hopefully, yeah, I'm going to try that. I'm going to put this in a big pot and see how that works out. This is also a warmer growing Cattleya than a lot of them. So after I repot this, I might put it on a seedling heat mat to keep the root zone warm and to try to get some of those roots to activate a little better and to make sure that it doesn't get stressed. So, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about this little guy. I'm hoping, see, I just got a bunch of seedlings, you know, like 2-inch pots 2 years ago, I think. And when I repotted them, I'm so afraid of overpotting that I will just move it up like one teeny little bit pot size. Well, then the plant grows another lead and you've got to move it again, and every time you move it, even if you don't do a thorough repot, you still kind of damage some of the roots. So, and root damage, especially on little ones, can set them back. So I'm going to plunk this straight into a 3.5 or 4-inch pot and just let it go to town, because my mix doesn't rot quickly. I don't have like crazy high humidity, and it will still be, since it's going to be in a 4-inch pot, that will still have enough air movement. Those are small enough pots that you can overpot things in them and generally be okay. I'll also put some styrofoam in the bottom just to kind of reduce the volume of the pot and put more air in there. So this should be, I think it will do okay. I'm excited to seeing this little guy grow up. These flowers are beautiful, like light pink with yellow in the lip and not really any striping. They're sort of like, what if you look up concolor, that's sort of what they look like. Gorgeous, gorgeous, and they're fragrant, and I'm thinking it'll do well next to my Eldorado, and especially the Dowiana. I've got some warm growers in a part of my orchid growing area that is warmer for the warm growers. So, okay, excuse me. Okay, thanks for watching.